It's an exciting day for us. As you all have heard, Chris Canetti will be coming on board here at the Harris County Houston Sports Authority. He will be leading our 2026 World Cup bid efforts. And for those that don't know, we have made it into the final bid presentation that went to FIFA, but there are 17 cities and they will be cutting it down to 10. We want to be sure that we send a loud message that Houston deserves matches and should be one of the cities that hosts. We don't think there's a better person out there that could do that for us than Chris Canetti. Our venue that he oversaw here at BBVA Compass Stadium has had more soccer events than any other venue in North America. And certainly Chris has had great success, and so we couldn't be more excited to have him join our team. So I'm going to let Chris come up and say a few words.
Good afternoon, everybody. And first and foremost, I want to thank Janice and Kenny Friedman, the chairman of the Sports Authority, for giving me this opportunity and bringing me on board. I think this story has a couple different parts to it, and the first part of it is my leaving the Dynamo. And after 13 seasons of being with the Houston Dynamo since its inaugural season, it's certainly a sad day for me to move on from the Houston Dynamo. We've had so much success over 13 seasons, both on and off the field, from winning MLS Cups to going to MLS Cup finals to U.S. Open Cup championship recently, to just awesome success off the field as well, and building a club from scratch and a fantastic brand and something that's really special in this community. So I take a lot of pride and ownership in what we've accomplished as an organization together over the course of the last 13 seasons, and for that reason it's been a big part of my life and something that's difficult to leave behind. But I am extremely excited about this next chapter in my life. And very, very thrilled that Janice has had the vision to create this position and to bring me on board so that we can get started in what is a very important thing to do here, and it's bringing the World Cup to Houston in 2026. We all know that our city is capable of hosting the World Cup. We've seen awesome success in the Super Bowl and the Final Four and many, many other events over the past. So now we need to go out and tell the world and make this happen. And it's truly an honor and a privilege to help lead this team of great people in this process, and I couldn't be more excited and ready to get to work. So we're going to be getting out into the community here and looking for support locally, but we're also going to be getting out both nationally and internationally and telling the wonderful story about our great city, and so doing everything we can to secure this World Cup for Houston in 2026. So. Thank you. Come on up, Janice.
So we can open it up for questions. And if anyone has any particular questions for us.
Yeah, Chris, the question I have for you is, I mean, I know World Cup's on the horizon. I know why you're here. Why, after the 13 years, why was now the right time?
Well, 13 years is a long time. I think, especially in the sports industry. And Janice and I have had a great relationship. We came to Houston about the same time, and I really enjoy the vision that she has for bringing the World Cup to this city, along with a lot of the other community leaders. So now's the time is the answer. We have less than 2 years to make this happen, and we have a lot of work to do in a short period of time. And the word that we used a little bit this morning was urgency. So we got to get going, and we need to make sure that we do all the right things to bring the World Cup here. Well, like I said, we're going to get out there. We need to tell the story of what the World Cup is here in Houston and what it represents to Houston. We need to get the community backing on all levels, and then we need to go out and we need to tell the Houston story out to the officials that are going to be making the decision at FIFA or U.S. Soccer, CONCACAF, all the powers that be. So we do have a lot of work to do, and we believe that Houston is the right choice, and we have all the elements lined up. We just got to pull it all together.
What do you think about your background makes you the perfect fit to lead this charge?
I think it's helped that I've been in soccer not just the past 13 seasons with the Dynamo, but 6 prior seasons in MLS with the team in New York. So I do have a lot of contacts in soccer, not only here in Houston, but around the globe. So hopefully those connections are going to allow me to help tell our story, as I said, and get us in front of the people that we need to get in front of. to secure this bid. And I think it's, we were talking about it earlier today, it's a lot easy for me. My office is right across the street today, so very little change. I'm not going into a new city. I'm not working with people that I don't know and that we're not all comfortable with each other, so it's going to be a very smooth and seamless transition.
Oh, and I would say, because we've been colleagues and we have traveled to different soccer matches, all-star games, and Chris is very well respected around the country and really around the world in the international market. So there is not a better person, when I tell you that could help Houston and lead these efforts.
And then I guess Houston has hosted so many great sporting events. Why do you think that it'd be great for both Houston and for the World Cup to have it here?
I think when you think about our city and what it is and what it represents and what it's going to represent in the future, soccer lines up perfectly with Houston. So the characteristics of our city line up with the characteristics of our game, diverse, youthful, so many different things about our city that will make it a great host city for the World Cup. And again, we know what we can do. We've done it for the Super Bowl and the Final Four, and I don't think the story is that much different, but we just need to get out there and tell it from a soccer perspective.
And I think the rest of the world needs to know, or at least our local community, that this is as big as a Super Bowl. I mean, this is like having 4 or 5 Super Bowls in your city. And that's hard for some people to believe that only know national events, but this is the world's largest event, maybe next to an Olympics. So we need to make sure we have great leadership in place.
Chris, speaking to your time with the Dynamo, can you touch on maybe how you're viewing the organization versus when you first joined?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to compare, to be honest with you. The Dynamo came here as a new franchise in 2006, and we've literally built this thing from the ground up. And we now have approximately 150 employees. We've got the stadium, we've got the Houston Sports Park training facility, we've added the Houston Dash. So we've grown immensely over the course of 13 years. The fan base has grown, the brand has grown. So many things have really progressed. And, look, if it wasn't for the Dynamo, Houston couldn't become the great soccer city that it is today. The Dynamo by being here day in and day out in this community and cementing itself in this community, the stadium being here in this community, have enabled Houston to be considered a top soccer city.
And the youth participation, I mean,
Correct.
has gone up tremendously since the Dynamo have been here.
Correct.
Does it seem like that time passed by that quickly? Or does it seem like the time passed quickly?
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, it's like, I think there's a Luke Bryan song where he's got a quote where something to the effect of the days go slow and the years go fast, right? And I think we can all sort of understand what that means. And time has gone by really fast. And so many great memories, so many great accomplishments, so many things to be proud of. And I wish nothing but even greater success for the Dynamo in the future. I hope the Dynamo go on to win many more championships, continue to grow, and really light it up here in this city. That would be a dream come true for me.
Chris, with this transition coming through, what does it mean to you to be able to leave after winning a U.S. Open Cup and being able to lead the team in the championship?
That's very nice. Yes, that helps.
Yeah, where is that trophy?
We should have brought that over. No, look, it was very important, not for me, but for the Houston Dynamo and for its fans to win the U.S. Open Cup this year. We have a new coach in place over the last 2 years, and we're really trying to build off of something. And to make it to the conference finals last year and then to win a U.S. Open Cup trophy this year really shows progress. But it's a very meaningful trophy, I think, to our fan base, to our staff, and our entire organization. So it was nice to have that moment about 4 weeks ago and to be able to have that as one of the final moments.
Janice, can you just speak to the importance of maybe building a committee and then getting on top of this thing maybe a little earlier than some other cities?
I think we want U.S. Soccer and FIFA to take notice that our community really wants this. We're ready for it. So I think it's an important message to send, to say we have staff in place, we're putting funding in place, and we're ready. And I don't want to sit back and just hope that we get selected. I want to aggressively go out and make sure we're selected.
Janice, you've done such a terrific job in helping bring major events here. You talked about the World Cup, how big it is. How important is it for you, like, personal level to add this one to Houston's resume?
I can't tell you how much it would mean to me, just personally and in my career. This would be such a highlight to be able to bring a World Cup to our city. I think it would be fabulous.
Chris, 13 years here in Houston, what's the one moment that you're going to take with you at the end of this day and reflect on and really cherish from your time with the Dynamo?
I think that the day or the moment that stands out more than any is the day we opened the stadium, on May 12th, 2012. It was, working in the sports business, I think that's something we all want to go through, being able to see the construction and opening of a brand new stadium. And that was a process that was amazing to go through. It's actually the process where we started to get to know each other. And to be there on opening day with all the pageantry, we'll never forget Brad Davis's wonder goal with his left foot from distance to win it 1-0. The weather being perfect. It was just an amazing day for the Dynamo, for its fans, and for our entire city. So I think that'll always stand out as the best memory for me.
Good.
Any other questions, guys?
Great. Well, thank you, everybody. We appreciate you
Thank
coming
you for
today.
coming and covering
Thank
this.
you.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Thank you.